There we go. Perfect. So welcome, beautiful humans. Hello, Chantel. Hello. Is it Louis or is it Louise? It is Louis. Okay. Hello, Louis. Lovely to meet you. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you. Yeah, Louise without the S.
Okay. Okay. I wanted to double check and make sure that I wasn't missing anything. And hello, Elena. I am loving seeing some new faces here today. And hello to the Empowered Women's Facebook group and the Powerhouse Women Facebook group. I'm so grateful to have all of you here. I am so excited to share this training with you all. I was a little late today because of some technical stuff, and I wanted to ground myself a little bit before hopping in. And I think it's just so important to honor yourself and honor your body, while honoring the people that you're here to support and you're here to show up for. And I really wanted to take that moment to make sure that I'm moving from a grounded space and a grounded place, so that I can show up for all of you in that space and in that place, instead of coming in and being like scattered all over the place. So just so y'all know, if you ever are um, in that situation, take the couple minutes. It's okay to take a couple minutes, and the right people will stay. The right people will still come. So if you don't know me, my name is Alexandria Alita Minor. I'm so excited to see some new faces here. Um, I am a strategist and a feminine leadership mentor. So I have gone on, I'm going to give a little introduction before we get into the training. I have gone on quite the journey. For those of you that are new here, I would love for you to drop in and say, like, in the chat where you started on your journey. I know for myself, I started off with yoga. I got my 200-hour yoga teacher training, and then I got my 300-hour, and then I was like, you know what? I'm leaving the 9 to 5. I'm leaving school. Like, I got my master's, all the things. And I was like, I started off doing donation-based yoga. So I started off doing donation-based yoga. And then from there, I got into relationship coaching. And then I got into energy healing. And then it just kept going and going and going. For those of you that are into human design, I am a line 3. So do we have any line 3s here today? No line 3s. Chantel, are you a line? You're not a line 3, are you? No? Okay. I don't know if Elena is a line 3. If you are watching on Facebook, please drop it down if you're a line 3. If you're not a line 3, just drop down your profile in general. If you don't know your profile yet, don't worry. If you're new to the community, I will show you how to get your profile for human design. So I'm a line 3, and essentially what that means is I have to learn by doing. I have to try the thing in order to know if it's correct for me or not. So this is why my path has been like buck wild all over the place. My path has been, going from, like I said, like yoga, donation-based yoga, to relationship coaching, to energy healing, to human design coaching, to teaching human design. Elena said 1 5. Ooh, we have a lot of 5s here. I feel like I keep attracting 5s. I'm a 1, Elena, so I feel you on the 1. Um, so you have to try by doing. So my journey here has looked a lot different than other people's journey throughout their business. I did not have this like, oh, I started business and then I went to 6 figures like right away. Like, that is not what happened for me. I lost a lot of money. I spent a lot of money. To try these different things, to get certified in different things, to do some different coaching. And it brought me to business coaching. And then when I got to business coaching, I was like, okay, like, I know what I'm doing here. And what I realized was I ended up putting myself in a box with business coaching. So I ended up putting myself in this box of, you know, I'm only teaching strategy. And I want to share this little part of my story because I think it's really important for all of you to see that it's okay to not just be one thing. So I do business coaching. I do support people with with their physical strategy. I do support them with their lead generation strategy, their content creation, their messaging, their dream client avatar. I support I support people with all of that. But I also really help people with leadership. So as I said, I'm a leadership mentor, a feminine leadership mentor. And this is because what I have realized is that leadership is woven into the fabric of all of our relationships. So it's woven into the fabric of our relationship with money, our relationship with ourself, our relationship with our emotions, our relationships with our partners and our romantic, relationships, our relationships with our kids. There's always going to be this leadership role that we're in, or the other person is in that leadership role. I believe that we're typically always in this leadership role. So it's, are we leading money or is money leading us? And this is a big, big thing, right? A lot of us are being led by money instead of leading money and allowing money to follow us. But this is being reflected in so many of our other relationships. Are my emotions leading me? Or am I leading from a space of heart and truth instead of this emotional turmoil in the moment? Am I leading myself, or are other people's insecurities or projections leading me in my behaviors and my decisions and how I show up in the world? So this is why, I did the legacy training with all of you, because I really do believe that leadership is what this world needs. Leadership is what you need. Leadership is what your family needs. And that doesn't come from me. Yes, it does come from me, but it comes from you. I want to help all of you lead yourself to the life of your dreams. Lead yourself to the money of your dreams. Lead yourself to becoming the woman that you know that you're here to be. And I want to help you do that. The Powerhouse Femme wants to help you do that. So that is a little bit about me. And this is kind of why we brought you here today. But before we go into the training, I do want to quickly introduce Sydney. So Sydney, I'm going to give you the microphone for just a minute, not too long, but just a minute. I would love for Sydney to just introduce herself. She's also a part of the Powerhouse Femme.
Good morning, lovelies. I am Sydney. I am a co-founder of the Powerhouse Femme brand with Alexandria Alita Minor. I am a marketing nerd, automations and systems nerd, energetics extraordinaire human. My title is ever evolving as I have a lot of things that I'm interested in, but I'm so excited to be here with you guys this morning, and I cannot wait to absorb all of the amazing information that is going to come from this training. So welcome, and thank you so much for taking time out of your day and being here with us.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh no, you can't really see me. There we go. So thank you for giving your little intro, Sydney. I really wanted everyone to know who you are as well, because you are integral to the Powerhouse Femme. And she is also in a space of her life where she's cultivating her own leadership, developing her own leadership within her parenting, within herself, and making really tough decisions. So you guys will hear more about that over the next coming month. She's already shared a little bit more about that, she's already shared a little bit about that within the Facebook group. But she will be sharing more about that over the next coming month or 2 months. So welcome to day one of the Destined training. I'm so excited to have y'all here. Destined is a 4-day training. We are going to look at your relationship with money. We are going to look at the patterns that you have within that relationship with how you hold money, how you see money, how you experience money. And we are also going to look at how you give and how you receive. And this is so important. I am such an energetics babe. So we're going to look at how you give in terms of just giving in general, not just money, how you give to the people in your life, and also how you receive from the people in your life. Because I'm willing to bet a lot of you here have struggled with receiving. Please put it in the chat if you have. I know that I have. I know that I really was leaning into my more masculine for a very long time. And I really struggled with feeling safe to receive because of what I had moved through growing up. And this really tainted my giving, and it tainted my receiving. So this is what we're going to be talking about on day 3. Day 2 or day 3 of the training. We're also going to be talking about how you actually get to be a vessel for money, and money gets to be a vessel for you. There has been a huge energetic shift that has happened with money. So we have moved out of this using money for control, using money to divide, using money to separate, using money for manipulation. Like, we are moving out of this paradigm and moving into a different energy with money. And this is what we're going to be talking about, because I really believe that when we're able to grasp this, we're going to shift the beliefs that we have around money, because so many of us have grown up with these beliefs that money is bad. So many of us have grown up with these beliefs that that money's for other people, not for us, that we're not worthy of money, that there's a finite amount of money, that whatever it is, right? So, or money is evil or whatever. So we are going to shift these beliefs as well. And then on I think that's going to be the final day. Sorry guys, I typically have all of it written down. I don't know why. I just was like, maybe I'll test myself today. I didn't write down the order of all of them, which is silly on my part, but that's okay. So Destined came through to me when I was at the Botanical Gardens. Guys, I live in Edinburgh, Scotland. So if you are in the UK, holla holla, I would love to hear from you. I was walking through the gardens 8 months ago, and at this point I had my biggest cash month yet in my business, and it was almost $20,000. And this was my cash month. And I was like on top of the world, like, honestly. And then I got really sick. And during this time, like I said, I was like, okay, I'm gonna, go to the Botanical Gardens, and Destined came through. And this happened right before I lost $17,000. So it was like 1 or 2 weeks before, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be such a good training. I'm so excited. Da 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 da. And then I lost all this money. And then I was like, oh, I'm not ready to teach this. This came through, but I still have a lot to integrate. I still have a lot to learn, a lot to embody, in order for me to teach this to you guys today. So this actually came through like literally 8 months ago. And then, like I said, I lost this money, and then there was like a little bit more money that I ended up losing. And then I got really sick with glandular fever, and I wasn't able to make money. And I had to, I literally had to go through putting myself on extended payment plans. I had to put my credit on hold for a little bit. Like, I had to move through the fear of money not coming in. I had to like go back to the workforce. And I had money coming in as through my business for, I don't know, like a year and a half, 2 years, as like my sole income. So I really had to, this is my line 3 showing. So this is why I was like, if anyone's line 3, just know you're not alone. Or if we have any line 6s, you're probably can resonate with what I'm saying right now. But I had to move through these things in order for me to be able to come here today and teach you from a space of truth, and teach you from a space of embodiment. Because I think it's really easy to be like, okay, you have a relationship with money, and like you have to hold your ground and hold your power when money's not showing up. And that's like a lot easier said than done. So I had to do it in order to actually be able to tell you it, like face to face, like I did this, you can do this, you can do this too. So that is how Destined came to be. And my own personal, journey with money has been incredibly interesting. This is just my personal journey over the past year, but when I was younger, like we were homeless 3 times. Money never came in predictably. There was no predictability ever. I started, working when I was 13. I experienced rejection with money. Whenever I would ask my dad for money, it was like, you're entitled, or some other very not nice things. So my relationship with money was so complicated. So when I first started my business, and let me know in the chat if you have a business. Let me see what the chat says right now. Louis said, receiving is more uncomfortable for me. Yes. So Louis, the giving and receiving training is going to be really, really, really awesome for you. And I'm very excited to help move you through that. Yes, let me know if you have your own business. Drop it in the Facebook comments, drop it in the comments in the Zoom. But for myself, what ended up happening is like I had this coach and she was like, you just need to do the sales calls. Like, just do the sales calls. Just like, you're going to book 6 sales calls a week. Just do it. And I was like, 1, that does not feel good for me. 2, I did it and I booked them. And let me tell you, I freaking struggled. I struggled so much. And I was like, what's wrong with me? Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I couldn't ask people for the money to pay for my offers. Like, I was just like, this is so hard. I couldn't be like, like I kind of would like tiptoe around it. I'd be like, yes, like those are the prices. Is it? That's the price. And I'm like, like obviously I did not talk like that, but that was kind of the vibe, right? Like I was very meek about it. I was very like playing small around it. And what I had realized, like I said, is that I was afraid that money would reject me. And that's because anytime I had asked for money for when I was a kid, even when I was like, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, like it was rejection. I got rejected. So I believed that money would continue to reject me. And I believed that people would reject me. And what ended up happening was I realized this and I was like, oh, we gotta shift this belief. But when I shifted this belief, I was able to see that there were these other beliefs that were still there. So I was able to see I had this belief that money was like, you know, made people selfish. I had this belief that, people that had money didn't care about other people. I had this belief that, people that had money looked down on people that didn't have money. Like, let me know in the comments if you've had any of these beliefs. But this is it's kind of hard to have a business and be like, I want to be a millionaire while working towards being someone that you believe is a bad person. So I was working towards being like a millionaire on my journey to millions. And I was like, okay, but people that have money are selfish. And I believe that people that have money, look down on other people. And this was so key for me to figure out, because what I realized is that there was this freaking inner conflict. There was this inner conflict of like, you know, who would I be if I had money? Would I still be the person that I am? Would I still be a good person? Who would I be? And so it was so interesting because not only did I have this inner conflict, but I realized that I was carrying this guilt and this shame for wanting money. And I noticed it around me. I noticed that there were people within my family dynamics that guilted me for wanting money. There were people in my family dynamics that were like talking kind of crappy about other people that had money. And it's like, it's so interesting. Even when I hit my first 5-figure month, like no one really cared. No one really like nobody really celebrated with me. And I was like, I worked so hard to get here. Like, this is incredible. And like my family was like, yeah, okay. Like, and that's what it was. They're incredible and I love them so much. And also this is what happened, right? And I remember talking to my mentor at the time and she was like, I hit like over 150,000 cash. And my dad was like, but why wouldn't you want to like work? And I was like, okay, so this is really important work that we need to do is figuring out like what is happening with our own relationship with money. What are these patterns that are happening? And this is what led me to really studying money, right? So I've been studying money. And I mean, I guess we've all been studying money, but I've been really studying like, how I view it, how I spend it, how I value it, what my beliefs are about it. But I've also been looking at people that have money and that are feeling fulfilled in their life. And I've been looking at what their beliefs are. I've been looking at how they view it. I've been looking at how they spend it. I've been looking at how they experience it. And then I've also been looking at people that don't have money and aren't fulfilled, and people that do have money and aren't fulfilled, and what's going on there, right? Like how they view it, how they spend it, how they value it, all of those things. And what I realized is, and this is a big part of, Sydney and I's movement, is that I realized that so many of us have been like pushing and forcing, and we have this belief that like we have to push through and give everything in order for money to come in, and it has to be hard, that we have to work hard and it has to be hard in order for it to come in. And I originally drew like a graph for this. I am such a nerd. So my fellow line ones, Sydney and Elena, I feel like you guys get me in the nerdiness. Like I literally had a graph of diseconomies of scale, economies of scale. And I was like, okay, no, we're not going to do that. But I do want to bring this out. So I don't know if is it backwards? Am I on mirror? That's okay. So essentially what I wrote was what's happening is the time and the energy and the sacrifice is it's costing us more than the fulfillment and the money that we're getting, right? So let me just put this like this. Um, and this is the diseconomies of scale. So the cost per unit of that we're putting in outweighs what we're actually receiving. Is it possible to make this not mirror, Sydney? Oh, you can see it.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Oh, okay. It's just mirrored for me. Oh, okay, fun. Okay, cool. It's backwards for me. And I'm like, am I just teaching everyone backwards right now? I'm so sorry. Okay, great. Good to know. And yes, so it means that I'm like trying to see. It means that what we're putting in is not actually like worth it. We're putting in all of this effort again and again and again, but we're not receiving the same amount back. We're receiving less back. So this is like the cost per unit. This is the diseconomies of scale. And this is what I'm seeing is happening because we're like, okay, I'm going to put in more time. I'm going to put in more. I'm going to sacrifice more of my time, my energy, and my body. And then when we do that, it's linear, and then I'll get more money. I'll get more fulfillment. And this was really interesting to me because when I was able to see this, I was like, this is a problem because this is how the energy of money used to work. This is not how it works now. And when I explored this, I was able to see those that those that had money but weren't fulfilled were quite similar in their views with money than those that didn't have money and were also not fulfilled. There wasn't much of a difference within their beliefs around money. There were these overlapping beliefs. I have to work hard for money. Money and time are linear. Money is finite and it's just a physical thing, right? Money requires sacrifice. Fulfillment requires sacrifice. And money is a deciding factor in so many of their decisions. So this is like what was so interesting to me. I love to plug in my computer here. I love, there we go, to compare our relationships with partners, like romantic partners, with like our relationships with ourselves, our relationship with money, particularly money though, because I find it very interesting when we put it through this lens. So imagine everything that I just said, those beliefs. I have to work hard for money. Money and time are linear. Money is finite and just a physical thing. Money requires sacrifice. Like imagine that being a romantic relationship. How does that manifest in a romantic relationship? Well, I don't trust you to show up. I don't trust you to show up unless I sacrifice myself. You're not enough, no matter how much you give me. I'm not worthy of you. I am powerless without you. You're the one that leads the decisions. Without you, I can't make my decisions. I can't lead myself. I don't have value. I'm only with you for what you do for me instead of who you are. I have to sacrifice my needs and my wants in order for you to keep coming back. Like, this is pretty much what's going on in our relationship with money for so many of us. And when you're able to see that, like, let me know in the chat, like, would you want to be in a relationship like that? Where it's like you're just seen as a physical object, where you have to constantly work hard and you believe you always have to work hard, like in order to receive love, in order to receive attention, in order to receive anything, pleasure, anything, that you have to sacrifice yourself again and again and again. I'm going to check the chat. Absolutely not, said Sydney. Money, more problems. Money is the root of all evil. Yeah. This is what we've been taught. So, like, I wouldn't want to be in a relationship like that, like a romantic relationship. That sounds freaking horrible. You just see me as this physical object to get you from A to B. Like, you just see me as like, I'm never enough. Like, how many of us have money come in and then we go, that's not enough. 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 I don't know about you, but if I was in a relationship with someone and they consistently told me, no matter how much I showed up, no matter how much I worked, that I wasn't enough, I would not want to be with that person. I would not want to hang out with that person. I would not want to be around that person. I would not want to give to that person. I'd be like, freaking hell no. I don't want to be around you. No matter what I do, it's not enough for you. And this is what keeps happening for so many of us with money. And this is why it's so important to learn to lead yourself and cultivate a relationship with yourself and your power and your worthiness so that you can trust yourself and trust money and trust like whatever you believe in, God, universe, source, mother nature, whatever it is that you believe in, that something wants to support you, that it's happening. But this means having a really, really tight relationship with yourself and your power and unwavering worthiness. I had to be like, I still have value. I still am worthy, even after losing the money that I did, even after having to make these extended payments, even after all of these things happened. I had to be like, but money isn't the power over me. I'm the power. I'm the power. No matter what, if money goes, if my house goes, if we lose Powerhouse Fam, whatever it is, I'm still here. I'm still Alex. I still have me. I still have my power. I still know my value. There is nothing outside of me that can decide my value, that can depreciate my value, that can change my value. I am the only person and only thing and only energy that decides that. So this is so important when it comes to money, especially if you are on that journey, because I don't want you to get to that place where you also make the money that you've been dreaming of and then you lose it and then you lose you. Because you're the magic. You're the magic. You're the thing that brought the money in the first place. You're the thing that brought clients in. You're the thing that brought love in. You're the thing that brought romance in. Like, you are the magic. We want who we are to be what brings in the money. Not just, I have to work hard. Who I am is what will bring in money. Because what is the point of bringing in money if you're sacrificing yourself? If you're always sacrificing time with your kids, time with your family? What is the point of bringing in money if you're not actually fulfilled? I know so many of us, so many people working like 60 hours a week, and that's all this time that they're spending away from their children for money. And they've created a story that that's what they have to do. But these are also the same people that are stressed all the time. These are also the same people that don't actually trust themselves, that don't actually trust money. These, like, this belief that I have to sacrifice something in order for money to come in. What is the point of bringing in money if you're constantly sacrificing something for money? What if it gets to be different? And I believe that it does. The more you become, the more you will bring in money. The more you know what you desire, the more what desires you will come towards you. The more you stand in your ground and you stop giving power to your job, to money, to people, to relationships, the more what you truly desire will come for and to you. That takes a heck of a lot of courage, though. It truly does. And this is why so many people do not leave their 9-to-5 jobs. So many people also just love their 9-to-5 jobs, and that's freaking awesome. Those are not typically the people that I talk to within my community. But this is why so many people are like, I'm just going to stay in my 9-to-5 because it's secure and it's safe, and I just, like, I know what to expect. But moving into having your own business, you become like, this is a becoming. And this is why we named the training Destined, because it's becoming who you're destined to be, and not just with money, who you're destined to be as a woman, as a parent, as a partner, as a lover, as a freaking leader. So this is what we're going to be looking at with the breath work today. So I do have some questions, and I'll get Sydney to type them into the chat before the breath work, and I'll get you to move through these questions, and then we'll get into the breath work. So the breath work is going to be around 30 minutes. We're going to start off with some safety and grounding, because I believe that that's really important, especially because so many of you are like, go, go, go. You have kids. Like, we're going to move through that grounding in the beginning. Then we'll move into this exploration. So I want you to explore, like, where am I letting money lead my life? Where am I letting money lead me? Where am I sacrificing myself, sacrificing time with my family, sacrificing my desires for money? And then we're going to move into the release. And then we'll move into the receiving and then the anchoring. So anchoring in this new belief, and you can decide what that new belief is for you, right? Maybe it's this new belief that like money and time, like they're not attached. I don't have to work 1 hour to get a specific amount of money. It doesn't have to be that way. Right? Maybe it's a belief that money is not going to come in even if you're sick, because you're sick. I know that was a really big one for me. I was bedridden. I have celiac disease. I didn't know I had celiac disease. But it was crazy. I had celiac disease. I was bedridden for 85% of the year. And that was when my business popped off and I had the most money coming in. So we'll go through these questions and then we'll go into the breath work. And I'll tell you a little bit more about how to breathe for the breath work if you have never done breath work with me before. Okay, so I'm going to read the chat just before. I don't know why I'm not getting notifications for the chat. Okay. So the first journal prompt is what stories have I created about me and money? So what stories have you created about yourself and money? Is it, I'm not worthy of money, money's not enough, or I'm not enough for money, or I need to do more for money? Is there guilt? I should feel guilty for wanting money. I should feel ashamed for wanting money. I should feel guilty for growing up with money. Maybe you grew up with money. Maybe you see money as something bad, but you want it. It's like the bad boy that you're like, I'm interested in you, but you're bad. I would love for you to put your answers in the chat. Okay. Okay. Sydney was the first to answer that I have to work hard for money, that in order to have money, I have to sacrifice time, freedom, and happiness. Okay. I'll give y'all another 1 or 2 minutes. Chantel said, letting this go, but when I started this journey, I needed to work harder to get it. Now at times I feel like I don't know enough / not smart enough to make the amount of money that I want. Okay. I don't know enough. I'm not smart enough. What are your lines, Chantel, in human design again? Your profile? Very interested. Yes, having shame for wanting money. Harkens back to the family of origin trauma. Yeah. 2-4. Interesting, Chantel. I'm going to take a look at your chart. I am going to be doing the mini readings on tomorrow. So if anybody wants to get a mini reading for their human design, just go into the Powerhouse Femme Facebook group and then you can drop your chart on the thread. Just let me know and I can tag you and then you can drop your chart. Okay. Having shame for wanting money. Okay. So this is one that we definitely want to shift for you, Louie, especially if you have your own business. But also like just in general, like we don't have to hold shame. We get to transmute that, we get to alchemize that and change that into something else, change that into pleasure, change that into just something beautiful, like we get to do that. Okay, the second question is, where do I feel like I'm not enough or money isn't enough? So, has there been moments when money has come in and instead of thanking money, instead of being grateful, you go right into this isn't enough? Or where you're not feeling like you're doing enough. So, what Sydney said, like, I have to work harder, I have to sacrifice. What if you're enough right now? What if you're doing enough right now? Oh, can't wait for more. This is already amazing. Thank you, Elena. I cannot wait to see you soon. Mwah. I'm sending you my love. So, where in my life or when do I feel like money is not enough or that I'm not enough? This is a really important question, too, because I know that lots of us have debt. And I know a lot of people are like, money doesn't come to me. Okay, but money does come to you. Even if it's through debt, it's still coming to you. I do frequently feel like there will not be enough money for all the things I want to do and the freedom I want to have in this life. That is a big one. Thank you for sharing. That's a big one. Feel like there will not be enough money for all the things I want to do. I find that so interesting because I feel like that's almost just like telling money, like, I'm just going to put you in this box and this is as big as you can grow. Like I have, my mentor gives this analogy of like putting a goldfish in a bowl and it grows as to fit the bowl. But if you put a goldfish in the ocean, the goldfish grows huge and huge and huge and huge because it has to, because it grows as big as it, right? And I feel like that's kind of like what is happening for you with money. It's like, okay, but this is the box, this is how I see it, and this is as big as money can go. This is as much as money can, at least in my life. But it's like, but what if it's bigger than the whole ocean? Like what if the opportunity, the potentiality is bigger than the whole ocean? Maybe it can grow, and just play with that. Because maybe it can, right? Chantel said, I do always feel like I will always figure it out financially, but I do struggle with the how. How will I get enough? And this has been a really interesting part of my own journey as well. Chantel, is my brain is like, how. But this is where the feminine comes in. This is where the trust comes in. And this is why we're going to be talking about, and I mean, Chantel, you've been working with me for a while. This is why I talk about the feminine and the masculine energetics. But the feminine releases the how, and the feminine is in the trust, the feminine is in the faith, in the gratitude, in the feeling, because there's certain times where it's like the how Like we have to let go of the how because that how is connected to the linear. That how is not connected to the quantum space. That how is connected to time, money. This is how much I'll get for this. This is how much I'll get for this. This is how much I'll get for this. This is the paycheck here and the paycheck here. But money can come to us in a multitude of ways, right? Like I know people that have gotten money from relatives they didn't even know existed. Sometimes people find money on the street and you're like, oh my gosh, I just found money. Like I know Sydney, when Sydney was a kid, she found $700 on the street. Like, what is that? That's wild. Like it can come to us in all of these ways. I went into my PayPal account like 2 weeks ago and I was like, what the heck? I have like $200 in here. Where did this even come from? I didn't even know this existed. So it's being in this, allowing it to surprise you. Louis said, I feel I don't work enough. I take the ostrich approach, stick my head in the ground and pretend that all is okay because I'm fearful to look at this aspect of who I am. Stick my head in the ground and pretend that all is. Do you mean you stick your head in the ground and pretend all is okay with everything, or is that just with money? With money. Yeah. So this is like the avoidance that can come in with money, and that's like I just want to reflect back to you that that's like you're not alone. I think that that's again something that happens for so many of us is we move into I'm just going to, completely it's do you know the attachment theory, everyone? You know the attachment theories? It's like there's three different ways we can be with money. We can be with money in a relationship where we're anxious attachment and we're like always thinking about it and we're always stressing about it. We're always needing to like, okay, I'm going to redo my budget here and I'm going to redo my budget here and then I'm going to check it here. And then this is the how energy. This is the energy of the how that Chantel was talking about. Then there's the avoidant attachment, the avoidant personality, which is what you're experiencing, Louis, where it's like, I'm just going to put my head in the sand. I'm going to act like it's not happening. And then hopefully it'll just fluff away. It'll just disappear, dissolve, and everything will be okay. Right. And this is the avoidant. And I'm not saying you're avoidant in all of your life, by the way. I just want to make sure that to reiterate that. But this is what can happen with money. And then sometimes we oscillate between them. But then there's also the stable, right? Like the person that has the secure attachment where it's like, I trust you. I know you're gonna show up when you're supposed to show up. I know that when you need to take time for yourself, you're gonna go do that. I know that I believe in this relationship. I believe in our love. Like there's these different attachment styles that can come with that money. So what we're trying to do is bring ourselves into the secure attachment, and that takes moving more into this feminine energy because a lot of us are in this masculine energy of the how, or I'm going to completely avoid because I can't control it. So the anxious, I need to control, I need to control, I need to control, or the avoidant of I don't know, I can't control, so I'm just going to avoid / shut down. Chantel said, yes, I'm trying to stop my brain from needing to know the how and just trust the process. And that is a beautiful thing, Chantel. And I think people underestimate how hard it can be, right? It can be really hard to just trust, to trust yourself that you're making the right decisions, to trust the universe. And that was a huge one of my own lessons was trusting myself, even when somebody hurt me and I trusted that person, being like, that doesn't mean that I shouldn't trust myself anymore. It doesn't mean that I shouldn't like that I was wrong. I saw the potential in this person. I trusted this person's, heart. And that doesn't have to mean anything about me. And that was a really big one for me. The next question, the question / prompt. Where / when have I given my power to money? So, where or when have I given my power to money? So, where have you been like, um, you know, I'm not like I'm stressed about money, I'm gonna have an anxiety attack, or I am going to spend all of these hours budgeting all of the time, then I'm going to shift my budget again, and then I'm going to shift my budget again, and I'm not going to do what I actually want to do only because of money. Stayed way too long in my 9 to 5. Yeah, that was big, Chantel. But you walked away, and that's huge. We're celebrating you. When I feel like I do not have enough and allow myself to feel like I am powerless because I don't have enough / am not enough. Yeah. Yeah, I feel that one. That I like felt the energy from um that comment. And that's like really heavy. So hopefully we can move through that in the breath work today. And how interesting is it, guys? Like when we talk about this, we don't realize how much these beliefs that we've had have been weighing on us. We don't realize how much power we've given to these beliefs, that we've given to money, that we've given to things that are outside of us. And this is half the battle with having your own business. This is half the battle of leadership, is keeping your power and keeping your magic, even when things are array outside of you, even when things feel bleak, even when things feel hard, feel difficult, feel like darkness, and that there's not going to be light outside. It's accessing your power, accessing your magic, keeping both of these even when it's hard. Okay. So our last question / journal prompt is, where have I let money lead my life? Where have I let money lead my life? Allowing the fear of lack lead my decisions. Ooh, that one gave me shivers. Okay. And just sitting with that. Let's get into this breath work. I really want to make sure that I am conscious of our time today. So I'm going to grab the playlist and make sure that you can hear both.
If you are joining us live via Facebook, this is where we are going to have to quit streaming and Facebook due to copyright issues. So check
Oh,
your
yes. Thank you.
email
I
or check the
forgot.
Facebook group later. Yeah, for the replay. We'll drop it in here later. So give me just a second. We're going to stop this live video and then we're going to get into it.
Okay, so let's make sure that you can hear me and the music. Okay. Can you hear both? Yeah? Okay, beautiful. So For those of you that have never done breath work with me before, I'll go into a little bit of logistics. I'm only going to be going into these logistics for this first day. So if you are coming in the other days, you're going to have to come back to this first day and look at the logistics if you need to, okay? So we're going to be using a holotropic breath today. This is a 3-part breath. It's 1 through the belly, then the chest, and then you're exhaling, and it's all through the mouth. So okay, it's a cyclical breath. We're going to be doing this for around 25 minutes. You may experience resistance. That's okay, especially if this is your first or second time doing breath work. Things that can come up is you can have some like shaking in your body. You might feel some energy moving or some vibrations. You can also get tetany that can come up. So this little lobster claw, don't worry, that will leave, especially if you're somebody that struggles with control. It's quite normal for you to get tetany. Those of you that are my gate 57s, it tends to be my gate 57s in human design that kind of like fall in and out of sleep during breath work. So if that happens for you, don't worry. You're okay. You're safe. I'm here with you. And you can't do it wrong. Okay. I know that a lot of you have these expectations of what it has to look like and that you have to do it correctly, but you really can't do it wrong. This is your experience. This is your practice. This is your body. And I really want to reiterate that. If you're moving through the breath work and you want to move, get up, move. Like sometimes I move into camel pose. Sometimes I'm like, just want to move my body. Like I cannot sit still during breath work. I can't lie down and just be like a plank. Just doesn't work for me. I have to move the energy out. You might also have some emotions that will come up, or that can come up, not will, that can come up. So maybe there's laughter, maybe and joy, maybe there's crying, maybe there's screaming. Like all of this is normal. Nothing is really off the like off the table when it comes to breath work. There's so many different things like with the energy and the release that can happen, and just know that you're safe and that you control your breath. It doesn't control you. And that I'm right here alongside you and I'm guiding you. Okay. All right. So let's get into the breath work. Once we're finished, we'll have a few minutes to share if you desire to share. And if nobody desires to share, that's no worries as well. And then I'll tell you a little bit about tomorrow's training. And then I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. So let's get, I think there's one more thing logistically that I forgot. Yes. For those of you that are new to breath work, you probably don't know this. Go get your blanket. If you have a blanket, and I would recommend grabbing a pillow as well. And if you do have a washcloth or an eye mask, grab that as well. So I'll give you a little moment to go do that. Okay. Let's get into it. So I recommend that if you're new to breath work, to lie on the ground. If you aren't new to breath work and you've done it a few times, totally up to you what your position is. So beginning to close your eyes. We'll be moving through the grounding and the safety. Just coming into your body here. Taking a deep inhale in through your nose. Feeling the belly expand. And exhale. Sighing it out through the mouth. Breathing in presence with every inhale. And with every exhale, releasing anything that is pulling you away from that presence. Any lists or responsibilities moving through your mind, just leaving them at the door so that you can be here and now and show up for yourself and your destiny. Continuing your breath, deep inhale in. And exhale. Allowing your body to sink into the earth's embrace. With every exhale, sinking deeper and deeper. Beginning to bring your awareness to any energy that is yours, that is outside of your being. So any energy that is yours, that is outside of your being. Beginning to slowly draw this energy back towards yourself. Inch by inch. Drawing this energy back into your being. By now, you should feel quite a bit of energy in your being. Just beginning to invite safety into your awareness. Safety for this energy to be here. Safety for you to be here in this body, in this being, in this moment. I am safe. beginning to bring money into your awareness. And the beliefs that you have about yourself and money into your awareness. The I don't have enough or I am not enough. The money doesn't want me. That money has power over me. Whatever it is, bringing these beliefs in now and beginning your breath work. So belly, chest, exhale, 3 parts. Oh. 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 Breathing here. What are these beliefs? Why do you believe that money has power over you? Allowing yourself to explore this moment, this relationship with money. What's going on between you and money? One of the most intimate relationships you'll have in your life. What's happening between the two of you? Is it a belief of I'm not enough? So I have to work harder for you, money, to come in? Is it a belief that money's not enough? No matter how many quantities, how much times it comes in, it's not enough for you. Is it a belief that if you avoid it, then it'll all be okay? Is it a belief that money is what gives you value, that gives you worthiness? Is it a belief that you're powerless without money? Is it a belief that you don't work enough, that you have to work harder? What's happening between you and money? Is it a belief that you're not safe together? That you can't trust it to come? Or maybe you can't trust yourself when it does come? Breathing here, keep going. What is it that needs to be released today? What belief has been showing up in your life and sabotaging your relationship with money and your relationship with yourself? Your relationship with your value as a being, as a soul. Oh. 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 What are you releasing? The volume of my voice is going to increase, and the demeanor will become slightly more demanding as we work with your unconscious mind. What are you releasing? Is there a memory? Is there a narrative that's created this belief around money, that you have to work hard for money, that you're not enough for money, that you're not worthy of money? Releasing this today, releasing this now. Maybe you have a belief that you're going to be rejected by money. What created that belief? Is there a memory attached to it? Is there a narrative attached to it? Is there a person attached to it? Letting this go today. Reclaiming your power over money. Reclaiming your power over money. I lead money. Money doesn't lead me. I lead my life. Money doesn't lead my life. I am the power, and money follows the power. I don't follow money. I don't chase money. I don't need to work hard for money. I don't need to sacrifice myself for money. Money wants me as I am. Money wants me to be the best me I can be, to be the most influential, the most impactful version of myself, the version of myself that is most in love with who I am. That's who money wants to hang out with. So what is in the way of me being that person? Is it a memory? Is it a narrative that's created the belief that money is what gives me value, that money controls my life and I don't control it, but I control my life? So what is there? Letting this go. I am safe to let this go. I am safe to let this go. I'm safe to let this go. I create my life. Money doesn't control me. Money doesn't control my decisions. Money doesn't give me value. Money doesn't make me a better lover, a better daughter, a better sister, a better parent. I do. I choose me. I choose my power. So what is in the way of me releasing this stronghold, this control that I have given money over me? Maybe it's a memory where I was rejected by money. Maybe it's a memory where somebody else gave me value with money, where they decided this is your monetary value. Maybe it's a memory of my parents saying I needed to work harder. To get what I want, to get money, to get love, to get romance. But what if that's not true? What if money wants to be with me while I am fulfilled, while I am in pleasure? What if it's not about doing more or working harder? It's about being more in pleasure, being more me. I choose to let this go. Whatever it is, whatever belief is coming up for you, keep breathing. I choose to let this go. I choose to let this go because this belief is no longer serving me anymore. And because it's no longer serving me, it's no longer serving money. And it's no longer serving my family. And it's no longer serving my community. It's no longer serving my impact and the person that I'm here to be, because I'm here to be big. I'm here to be beautiful. I'm here to change this world. And in order for me to do so, I have to release these beliefs that are sabotaging me and money, that are sabotaging my relationship with money, that are telling me or showing me or making me feel like my value is contingent on money when that is not true. My value is inherent. My value is here. My value is my power. My value is my magic. My value is my voice. Nobody can take that away from me. Money can't take that away from me. Somebody else can't take that away from me. Any situation or circumstance or challenge can't take that away from me. I choose to stand in my power. I choose to own my power. I choose to own my magic. I choose to be unwavering in knowing who I am, knowing my value, knowing my worthiness, knowing that I am enough right now and I still get to grow. I still get to be more. But in this moment, I am enough. It's not about doing more. It's about being more me, being more in my power, being more in my magic, being more in my love, being more in my pleasure. I release the beliefs that are sabotaging the relationship that I have with money, and therefore sabotaging who I am here to be and my relationship with myself. I choose to let this go. Keep breathing. I choose to let this go. I choose to let this go. I am enough here and now, and I still get to grow and I still get to be more. But I know in my body, I know in every single fiber of my being that I am enough, I am worthy, and I have value right here, right now. And nothing can change the value that I have. Nothing can take Chantel away from me. Nothing can take Louie away from me. Nothing can take Elena away from me. Nothing can take Sydney away from me. I have me. I am the gift. I am the value. I am the diamond. I am the gem. I am the heart. I am the truth. I am the voice. I choose this. I choose this as my truth, and I choose to let go anything, any beliefs, any narratives, any memories, any people, any relationships that are telling me that my worthiness, that my value is contingent on someone or something outside of me. I am enough right now. I am worthy right now. Breathing through, downloading this truth into your being, into every fiber of your being, every strand of DNA, every cell in your body. I am the one. I am the one that leads money. I am the one that leads myself. I am the one that leads this world into a different era. I am the one that leads my family. I am the one that decides my value, that knows my worthiness. I am the one that lives in my truth. I am the one that faces challenges, whether it's challenges with money, challenges with relationships. I am the one that holds them, faces them with grace, and doesn't lose herself when she faces them. I am her. I am the power. I am the love. I am the truth. I am downloading this into my being. Whatever belief you want to reclaim or shift or reframe, and do that now. I am enough right now. I am enough for money. Money wants to be with me. It's about who I am, not what I'm doing all the time. I release the how, and I embody the trust. I choose to trust myself. I choose to trust money. I choose to trust that there's a bigger plan for me, that there's a destiny for me that I'm walking into, that is unfolding for me right now. And every bump in the road is a part of it. It's bringing me closer to the woman that I'm here to be. It's bringing me closer to this version of myself that changes the world, this version of myself that loves herself even deeper than the moment before. This version of myself that I can continuously be proud of. Keep breathing. I am the dream. I am money's dream. Because when money comes my way, I do good things with it. Money comes my way because of who I am, not what I do. How I choose to use it in this world. Keep breathing. Downloading these new beliefs into your being. I am the one. Money wants my heart. Money wants to be with my truth. Money believes in me, and I believe in money. Money knows I'm worthy. Money knows I'm valuable, and it's not the one deciding that because I know it. So it's just reflecting my worth back. It's just reflecting my value back to me. Money has my back. I am the one who leads. I am the one who leads money. I am the one who leads herself. Keep breathing. If you need to release, release. If you need to make a sound, make a sound. Like let it out. But keep going. Show up for yourself here, now, today. Show up for yourself. Show up for money. Show up for your relationship with money. Show up for your impact. What are you going to do with money when it comes in? Show up for the woman that you're destined to be, that you're ready to be. That something bigger out there knows you can be. Show up for her influence, for her impact, for her leadership, for her vision, for her dreams. You are her. Show up for her. She has big dreams for herself. She has big dreams for this world. And she is enough. You are enough. Keep breathing. The more me I am, the more money wants to be around me. The more love I embody, the more money wants to be around me. The more I stand in my truth and I trust money and I trust the world and I trust myself, the more money wants to hang out with me. The more I am in my gratitude, the more money wants to hang out with me. I am the one that attracts money. I am the one that attracts love. I am the one that attracts clients. I am the light that they fly to, that they move towards. So I'm going to let myself shine brighter. I'm not going to let anyone turn off my light. Not money, not a partner, not a client, not a family member. Nothing and no one can take away my light and the power that fuels my light. Whoa. Keep breathing. We have one more song. I am the light. I am the power. I am the queen sitting on the throne, and I am the power behind the throne. I am both. I am all. I am the one. The one that believes, the one that makes the choices, the one that takes responsibility, the one that shows up, the one that chooses herself. I am her. How does my life look differently when I lead money, when I decide my value, when I decide my worth, instead of allowing money to? What looks different in my future? Do I take the risk and leave the 9 to 5? Do I run the retreat I've been dreaming of?
I drink champagne with kings and queens. The politicians praised my name. But those were someone else's dreams.
Do I proudly share my offers online, my programs online?
For years and years, I chased their cheers.
How does your future look different when you show up as I am already enough? I get to continue to grow, but I am already enough. I don't need to do more. I get to be more, but I don't need to do more in order for money to want me, in order for people to want me. What does my destiny look like? Keep breathing. You're almost there. 2 more minutes. Keep breathing. Oh. Oh. I am safe with money. I am safe to show up with money, to celebrate my relationship with money, share my money wins. I am safe to declare the power that I have. Oh. Oh. Keep breathing. And what does it feel like? What does this kind of relationship with money feel like? Does it feel like peace? Does it feel like an exhale? Does it feel like joy? Does it feel like excitement? Does it feel like expansion? Be in this feeling now. Lock in this feeling. Be in it. I am love and money wants to be with love. I am truth and money wants to be with truth. Being in this feeling, releasing the breath, and just allowing yourself to experience this feeling in your being, this feeling in your body, the energy that you created. Staying here for a couple of minutes in silence and just being in this energy, being in this feeling, and then I will guide you out of the breath work. Gently beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Blinking your eyes open. Whenever you're ready, you can come back to the screen. And if you'd like to turn on your camera, we can have a few minutes to share if anybody desires to share. Let me stop the sharing on my screen. Beautiful. Hello, Louie. Hello, my love. Hello, Chantel. So you can just put up your hand if you'd like to share. Let me know, and if not, it's no worries. We look like we're both still processing. Okay, no worries. Thank you, everyone that joined today live, and thank you, everyone that is watching the replay or was on the live on Facebook. Tomorrow, we are going to be moving through the vessel. So, this is when we're going to be talking about how there's been an energetic shift with money and how you can be a vessel for money and money is a vessel for you. And this is going to be such a beautiful, beautiful training. I'm really excited. This is something I've been integrating for about a year now, and I can't wait to share it with all of you. If you have yet to introduce yourself into the group, but you're new, I would love for you to share a little bit about yourself in the Facebook group, because I would love to know you, get to know you, and hear about your story a little bit more. And if you have any breakthroughs, please share them in the group. We would love to celebrate you and your breakthroughs. And I find that when we do share these breakthroughs, that it helps everybody. Like, it helps you because you're sharing it and you're processing it, but it also helps everybody because there's some things that where it's like, I can't quite put my finger on what happened. And then you hear somebody else and you're like, oh my gosh, that was what happened for me. Thank you for reflecting that back. So if you do have breakthroughs, we would love to hear them. And I'm just loving all of you so much. I'm so excited to continue the next 3 days with you. Get ready for another 3 days of breath work. This is not a training for the faint of heart. I will not lie. There's breath work every day. And then after the 4 days, you're also going to have Q&As with Sydney so that you can deepen what you're learning. And then you'll also have on Monday, a human design training with me. So we are really going deep here because I want you to live your destiny. I want you to be the woman that you're here to be. Facebook group link. Yes, Louie, do you mind if I send that to you after this? Just because Sydney's not here, and I want her to, my ADHD is kicking in a little. So thank you for being here, Louie. I will send that your way in just a moment. And I'm holding all of you in so much love. And I will see all of you tomorrow. So see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening, my dears. Goodbye.